And good early evening, YouTube. What's going on with you? Your care GC Blues. Now, folks, I know I said it would be on last night, but I was pretty tired last night, and I was just beat. Especially we got killed yesterday till about 5:30. So not 5:30 till about 10:30. So um, I'm here, so I'm going to give you the report from last night and give you today's games. And we already have three finals. I'll give you the finals on known three, and then we'll get into the later games, which is five more, and then we'll get ready for it today. I hope you like the new hat. What do you guys think? I'll show it to you. Think of it. I got to set the game. It's a Fanatics. Look at this. They just got these in. And the guy who put them out forgot to put the tags on them. Yeah, fit inside. It's vintage. And when I saw it, I was like, hey, I need something to go great with the Saturday alt. So how about I get this one? And now I seen hats that will go great with the Saturday alt, and I wanted a good hat that will go with this jersey, and this hat looked perfect for it. By the way, I even got a hat for the 90s alt. What do you guys think of this one? This one's a new era. It's also a snapback. Um, got this one to new. I got this one at the shop too. Uh, yeah, so very nice. So I got me a 90s alt hat, and I got me one for the Saturday alt. Tell me what you guys think. The hat. Okay, hold on here. I got something first. Sorry about that. Alright, I'll also give you the picks and these next five games where you can watch them. So remember, if you happen to come across this video and you happen to like it, give me that thumbs up doodle. It's very important. Next, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe notification and you will get updated on when I upload and more. Okay? So that being said, let's get right into it. From last night, Winnipeg at Dallas entered the matchup. Winnipeg was 19-17 7 and 50. No, sorry, 45 points. Dallas was 24-18 and 2 and 50 points. This game had to go to overtime, and the final score was Dallas 4, Winnipeg 3. Shots on goal were 35 for the Stars, the Jets 34. Both teams had 31 saves. The Stars were 0 for 4 on the power play, with the Jets 0 for 1 on the power play. So the Jets pick up a point, but the Stars pick up a big 2 points. So they're slowly moving up. But anything can still happen, folks. They're not in contention yet. They're still out. Next was the New York Islanders at Edmonton entering the matchup. Islanders were 17-17, 6 and 40 points. Edmonton 23-18 and 3 and 49 points in at the end of 60 minutes. The Edmonton Oilers beat the New York Islanders by a score of 3-1. Shots on goal were 36 for the Oilers, Islanders 38. 37 saves for the Oilers, 33 for the Isles. 1 for 2 on the power play was Edmonton, New York Islanders, 1 for 3 on the power play. Big 2 points for Edmonton. They're creeping up. Anything can still happen, folks. Next, Tampa Bay at Arizona entering the matchup. Tampa Bay was 30-11 and 6 and 66 points. Arizona was 12-31 and 4 and 28 points at the end of 60 minutes. The Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Arizona Coyotes by a score of 4-3. Shots on goal were Lightning 32, Arizona 19. Saves 16 for Tampa. Arizona had 28. 0 for 3 on the power play was Delaney. The Coyotes were 0 for 1. So a big 2 points for Tampa. And you know what, folks? Very soon, playoff berths will be clinched. Or being clinched. I think Tampa will be one of the first teams to clinch. But that's a different story. And by the way, later tonight, when I do the postgame report for tonight, um, I want to say this. I'll probably have playoffs and who I think is already out and who I think is in my projection and stuff. So much more, okay? So let's get back into it. And finally, the nightcap four last night. Seattle at Anaheim entered the matchup. Seattle was 15, 28, and 4 and 34 points. Anaheim was 23, 16, and 9 and 55 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Seattle Kraken beat the Anaheim Ducks by a score of 4-3. Shots on goal, both teams had 27 shots. Saves were the Kraken 24 and Anaheim, the Ducks had 23. So, and power play, Kraken was 0 for 2, the Ducks 1 for 2. So Seattle picks up a big 2 points. If they keep winning, things will go their way. So we'll see what happens. Now, before I get into the 3 games that are already played, and these are finals, I'm going to go to the games that we currently have that are not ready. These games will be later at 7 and at 10, and I'll tell you where to watch them, and then we'll get into the 3 games that are finals. Starting off with Toronto and Vancouver. Entering the matchup, Toronto is 30, 11, and 3 and 63 points. Vancouver is 21, 21 and 6, 48 points. I like Toronto's chances against Vancouver. The Canadian teams, they are pretty good. So I'm going to go against Toronto. I'm going to go for Toronto. And you can watch this game on NHL Network. This game will be seen on NHL Network, Sportsnet, and TVAS. Next is Winnipeg and Nashville entering the matchup. Winnipeg is 19, 17, and 8 and 46 points. Nashville is 28, 15, and 4 and 60 points. I don't want to go for Nashville because they are ahead of us in the standings. So I'm going against Winnipeg, who are below us. Hopefully they beat Nashville. And you can watch this game on Sportsnet 360, which is their streaming service, City, and Bally Sports South. Next is Carolina at Minnesota. Entering the match at Carolina is 32, 10, and 3 and 67 points. Minnesota is 28, 11, and 3 and 59 points. I'm going for Carolina. I think Carolina could do a good job. So, and you can also watch this on Bally Sports North and Bally Sports South. Now, I think Bally Sports has other channels just like here in the Midwest. Not only we have Fox Sports Midwest, but we also have Indiana and Kansas City. Those are also considered Midwest, but there's sub channels also. So Fox Sports Midwest Indiana, Bally Sports Midwest Indiana, Bally Sports Midwest Kansas City. So I think there might be a Carolina channel. Yes. So next, Chicago takes on the Blues. Enter the matchup. Chicago 17, 23, and 7, 41 points. St. Louis is 26, 14, and 5, and 57 points. You already know the answer to this, folks. I'm going for it. I will never, and I repeat, never root for any other team but the Blues. They're my main team. They're my heart. I love the team. I will never turn my back on the Blues when it comes to a game. I never will. And you can watch this game on Bally Sports Midwest and NBC Sports Chicago. Following the nightcap, Islanders at Calgary. Enter the matchup. The Islanders are 17, 18, and 6 and 40 points. Calgary is 25, 13, and 6 and 56 points. I'm going Calgary. I think Calgary gets a good chance. And you can watch this game on Sportsnet. Sportsnet 360. City, which is a channel up in Canada. TVAS, which is the French. And MSG Plus. Also, you can see Winnipeg and Nashville on City and Valley Sports South. There has to be, you know what? There has to be more than one Valley Sports South, just like there is more than one um, Valley Sports Midwest. All right, let's get into the games that are finals now. Starting off with Columbus at um, Montreal. Columbus entered the matchup at 22, 22, and 1. And on here. One team I did not write their points for. On here. Columbus. Check Montreal. Okay. Sorry about that. Terribly sorry. All right, into the matchup. Columbus was 22, 22, and 1 and 45 points. Montreal 8, 31, and 7 and 23 points. At the end of 60 minutes, Columbus beats Montreal by a score of 2-1. Shots on goal were 42 for Columbus, Montreal 31. The Blue Jackets had 30 saves, the Canadians 40. 1 for 3 on the power play was Columbus. Montreal 0 for 1. Big 2 points now. When we do the post game, we'll hear this one again. Okay, so know about it. Next was Boston and Ottawa. Entered the matchup. Boston was 26, 16, and 3 and 55 points. Ottawa was 16, 23, and 4 and 36 points at the end of 60 minutes. Boston wins by a score of 2-0. Shots on goal 37 for the Bruins. Senators 30. Boston had 30 saves. Ottawa 35. Both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play. 2 points more for Boston. And finally, Philadelphia at Detroit entered the matchup. Philadelphia was 15, 23, and 8 and 38 points. Detroit was 21, 21, and 6 and 48 points. At the end of 60 minutes, the Detroit Red Wings beat the Philadelphia Flyers by a score of 4-2. Shots on goal were 23 for the Red Wings, 34 for the Flyers, 32 saves for Detroit, 20 saves for the Flyers. Detroit was 1 for 2 on the power play, and Philadelphia was 1 for 3 for the power play. So 22nd win for the Detroit as they move on, and that will do it. So when we do the post-game report later tonight, folks, you will get those 3 games again and my take on what's going on, okay? Also, don't forget playoff standings, where we stand, and who's out, in my opinion. So that's about it, folks. I'll see you guys later. Until then, please stay safe. Take care. Remember, doors watching you. I'll see you soon.